Today on Fox News at 4, a modern warship. It's in Mobile for Mobile Mardi Gras, offering tours and a unique opportunity for sailors. Find out how you can be part of its annual tradition next.
And then harsher penalties for drivers who cause deadly crashes. It's closer to becoming law in Alabama. It is on the governor's desk. We've got the breakdown coming up.
And we are tracking the potential of rain and storms this weekend. We'll look at the timing, especially for Sunday, in your forecast.
First on the Gulf Coast with breaking news and weather. Fox 10 News starts now.
Thank you for looking in. It's Friday. We made it to the weekend. I'm Lenny Slagan.
And I'm Shelby Myers. We're so glad you could be here with us for Fox 10 News at 4.
Okay, and we are starting today with your Mardi Gras coverage. It is an annual tradition. The U.S. Navy paying tribute to Mobile during this carnival season.
Yeah, we've been doing this for more than 100 years. Now, this year, it's the USS Farragut. Fox 10's Brendan Kirby is at the News Center.
All right, Brendan, they rolled out the proverbial red carpet here.
Yeah, they sure did, Lenise and Shelby. The mayor read a proclamation, the Azalea Trail Maids were there, and so were many Mobilians who wanted a glimpse of the ship. It's open for tours. The Farragut is named for Admiral David Farragut, who led Union forces during the Battle of Mobile Bay near the end of the Civil War. The current ship is an Arleigh Burke-class multi-mission destroyer. Its home port is in Naval Station Mayport in Jacksonville, Florida. But through Fat Tuesday, it will call Mobile its temporary home, giving sailors a chance to experience Mardi Gras in the city where it all began. Among them is Andrew Timpner, the vessel's commanding officer. For Timpner, this week is a homecoming of sorts. He recalls marching through the port city during a Mardi Gras parade in 2004 with the Virginia Military Institute Band.
It's awesome to come back to the city of Mobile. I've been looking forward to this ever since the fleet put this on our schedule, because I knew that my crew was going to have an amazing time in this city.
This is always a fun time for sailors and folks in our area who have a chance to see a modern warship up close. I talked to some of the sailors and a couple of sailor wives who made the trip. I'll have their stories coming up at Fox 10 News at 5. Reporting live from the News Center, Brendan Kirby, Fox 10 News.
All right, Brendan, how exciting. Thank you. And the fun continues. Mardi Gras in Mobile and Baldwin County tonight. It will be the crew of Columbus and Crew Day Second Line on Route A in downtown Mobile. The Maids of Jubilee will parade through downtown Fairhope. Those parades also start at 6:30 p.m.
Oh, huge weekend ahead for all of your Mardi Gras fun. Tomorrow is jam-packed with all the parades. Saturday morning in Baldwin County, the Foley Parade starts at 11 o'clock. Then at noon in Mobile, the Floral Parade, Knights of Mobile, Mobile Mystical Ladies, Order of Angels, and the Crew of St. Jude Parade on Route A. Also at noon, but in Pritchard, you've got the Crew of Goats and the Pritchard Carnival Association, and then the Crew of Sparta is coming down in Saraland at the same time tomorrow and Sunday. It's just going to be jam-packed with a lot of parades out there. You can always find a good time, no matter which one you head to. And if you want the full schedule, log on to fox10tv.com. So, we have talked about this before, but it is worth repeating. Mardi Gras parking restrictions are in effect right now. Dearborn Street and Warren Street will be closed between Government and St. Francis.
The purple and gold Mardi Gras parking signs have been installed in these areas to let you know no parking, and no on-site street parking will be allowed 2 hours before or 2 hours after any downtown parade.
Temporary restrictions, and they're necessary for proper traffic flow and accessibility to Conti Street, which serves as a primary travel route for first responders. Now be sure to keep a lookout for these, the gold and purple no parking signs. They're all throughout downtown, indicating no parking 2 hours before, during, and after the parade.
Violators are going to be towed. We've seen it happen time and time again. They are not kidding. They will tow you. Those towed vehicles go to the temporary impound lot. It's under the I-10 overpass on Water Street. It closes at 10 p.m. every parade day.
And when it does close, the vehicles that were towed, they're moved to the permanent impound lot that's on Virginia Street.
You can also keep up with all things Mardi Gras with the free Fox 10 Float Tracker app. It's going to let you know where the start of the parade is at any moment. You'll also find parade routes, a schedule, and some weather forecasts, which will be very important this weekend. The Fox 10 Float Tracker app is available now in the Apple app and Google Play stores.
All right, so if you can't make it to any of those parades or crowds, just, it isn't your thing, you can catch all the action on our free Gulf Stream. I'm going to show you right now how to get to all of the Mardi Gras fun. I'm using Roku because that's the app that we have, but you can also use this if you have an Android or Apple TV or a Fire Stick. Download the app first, and the easiest way to do that is to just search for the Fox 10 Gulfstream. We've got it already downloaded, so it's right there on the home page. Click it, open it up, and you'll see the general menu. And there are a lot of tabs on there too. But what you want to do, since we're talking about Mardi Gras, is you want to scroll down to the Mardi Gras section. There you go, a couple of clicks over, and boom, there you have it. So you've got news related to Mardi Gras, you have the museum section, past parades, Mardi Gras info. When there is a live parade going on, this is where you're going to see it. So a lot of good information there. I'm just kind of scrolling through so you can see how it, shows up on your screen. We've got past parades there. You've got the stripers, the Lachis, and then, your Mardi Gras info as well. Remind you about the parking and whatnot. So again, a great access to have. Go ahead and download it. It's free. There's other content on here too. So Shelby, it really is like a one-stop shop because you get the newscast there as well.
I use it all the time. I use the Gulfstream to go back and watch newscasts because, like I said before, we are here working during those newscasts, so I go back and watch, make sure I don't miss anything. All right, well, here we are. It is a Friday afternoon, so everyone's just delighted. The end of the week, going into our weekend, and the weather could not be more perfect. Clear and sunny skies out there. It's not too warm or too cold.
Yeah, this is the kind of day you want heading into a weekend. So let's get your forecast now with our chief meteorologist, Jason Smith. Jason, rain would not be ideal.
Not ideal at all, and we may even see a couple of stronger storms, but we're hopeful that this is going to happen first thing in the morning on Sunday before everything gets going with church and Mardi Gras plans.
Okay,
that's Joe Cain Day. Hopefully it's out of the way.
Well, let's take a look at it. This forecast looks a little ominous here if you just look at the percentages, but this will be a morning rain chance on Sunday. Tomorrow will be warm and breezy. We'll just see a few isolated showers. Sunday looks like heavy rain. We're going to get at least an inch of rain in most spots. Storms are possible, and we could see a couple of stronger storms, especially in the morning. The afternoon rain chance is a little bit lower. And taking a look at the satellite radar picture here, you can see a few scattered clouds around the area. It looks pretty quiet as we track conditions across the area presently. Our high-res futurecast is saying the only thing we really need to be concerned with tonight would be the development of some patchy fog. We're not expecting to see rain tonight, and it will be dry as we start things out on your Saturday morning. We've got Mardi Gras parades tonight. There's no question about that. And the temperatures and the weather looks really outstanding. We've got the Crew of Columbus parade and Crew to Second Line in Mobile at 6:30, 65 degrees. And Maids of Jubilee in Fairhope with a temperature of 63 degrees. So perfect Mardi Gras weather for this evening. Our forecast overnight looks fine. We'll have temperatures dropping down through the 50s as we get into the early morning hours, and we're going to level off there. It's not going to be cold tonight. Today's temperatures, 74 in Mobile, 73 in Pensacola. So not quite as warm as it was earlier in the week. We are looking at fairly mild temperatures across the area. Coming up, we're going to break down your forecast and talk about the chances of rain for Sunday. We'll look at your futurecast and even into next week with your long-range outlook.
All right, Jason, thank you. Well, harsher penalties for drivers who cause deadly crashes could become law very soon. A bill now sits on Governor Kay Ivey's desk that honors the memory of 2 South Alabamians who were killed. We have been following this bill for a while now. Alabama political correspondent Jessica Umbro explains what the bill changes and why it's personal for the sponsor.
The bill's sponsor, Representative Margie Wilcox, says her legislation will not reverse the damage done by people who drive under the influence, but she says it will hold them accountable. Right now, a crash that causes serious injuries is punishable by up to 20 years in prison, but a crash that causes the death of another person while driving under the influence is punishable by up to 10 years in prison. That's what Representative Wilcox says needs to change. The bill is also called the Devin E. Rooney and John Wesley Holt Safe Streets Act. Rooney was killed in a wreck caused by a drug-impaired driver, and Holt was killed in a hit-and-run. The person who hit Rooney went to county jail for 6 months. The person who hit Holt was sentenced to 1 year behind bars and 4 on probation. The bill also lets courts order restitution when drivers flee the scene of an accident. Representative Wilcox says the bill closes what she sees as a legal loophole.
Some of these parents, I mean, they've got to bury these children. They've had nothing from the person that killed them. There was no avenue to get them to help bury their children.
Democratic Representative Napoleon Bracey says he wants to also talk more about why some convicted of these crimes appear to get light sentences.
How can we make sure that the laws that we pass in this body are held accountable across the board to make sure that people are not getting these early releases like they are in this particular instance?
There were 2 versions of this bill, both a House and a Senate version. Since they were identical and the Senate version had already passed in that chamber, Representative Wilcox asked for the Senate version to be the one that the House considered. That fast-tracked it to Governor Ivey's desk. Jessica Umbro, Fox 10 News.
And of course, that means Senate Bill 169 is waiting for Governor Ivey's signature before it becomes law.
Continuing coverage now, a shutdown of the Department of Homeland Security is all but certain for the weekend after lawmakers left for town after a planned recess with no funding deal in place. Karen Caifa is in Washington with a look at this standoff and what it could mean.
With Congress still at an impasse.
Are we really willing to put everybody into a partial government shutdown over a situation where the agency already has the money?
Democrats will not support a blank check for chaos.
The Department of Homeland Security is headed toward a shutdown this weekend.
Every other portion of the federal government has been funded except Homeland Security.
In exchange for supporting funding for other departments through September 30th, Democrats demanded more time to negotiate reforms to immigration enforcement operations after the shooting deaths of Alex Preddy and Renee Good by federal immigration agents in Minneapolis last month.
Funding for ICE and the Department of Homeland Security should not move forward in the absence of dramatic changes that are bold, meaningful, and transformational.
Among Democrats' demands, tighter parameters around search and arrest warrants and requiring immigration and customs enforcement agents to wear body cameras and remove masks. Republicans have said no to nearly all of those ideas and noted last summer's so-called Big Beautiful Bill gave DHS about $165 billion in funding.
The ICE funding is already done for the entirety of the Trump administration, so they're not affecting that in any way.
In addition to immigration agencies, DHS also includes agencies like the Federal Emergency Management Agency and the Coast Guard. Most of the department's personnel are considered essential, meaning they'd stay on the job but without pay until a funding agreement is reached. In Washington, I'm Karen Caifa.
All right, here's what we're seeing on the roadways right now, and traffic is moving along really well on Interstate 10, but we do have some delays as you get closer to Mobile. I do expect some slower traffic as we get closer to some of these Mardi Gras parades coming up in downtown Mobile and in Fairhope. And taking a look at what's going on out there right now, we do have a slowdown right at the Wallace Tunnel. That's leading into the Wallace Tunnel there as we work our way from Virginia Street towards downtown. So we are looking at a little bit of slow travel there. It is a medium flow of traffic on the I-10 Bayway. I do expect things to get more intense closer to downtown and around the tunnel here soon, with the parade starting to have an impact later. No problems in Daphne. We do have a parade in Fairhope. No big problems there at this point either, but we'll be watching and checking out Pensacola. Everything looks fine except right up here around 110 and I-10, that interchange, we are seeing some slowdown. So we'll have more on traffic as we go through the 4 and 5 o'clock hour, and I imagine as we get closer to that 5 o'clock rush hour, we'll start seeing some issues.
are you going to see something like this? More than 100 students at the University of Mobile taking school spirit to level times 10, turning a basketball game into a live musical performance. So instead of the instruments or the noisemakers, the students all in the full choir robes there, you see them dressed up. They started with an in-game soundtrack, responding to every moment in real time using their voices. All under the NAIA rules, instruments and artificial noisemakers are prohibited, so this performance was compliant. And they were ready for it all. When the opposing player stepped to the free throw line, the choir sang "Miss It" to the tune of "Beat It" by Michael Jackson. And then when Loyola threw up an air ball, the students sang "Air Ball to Hey Ya" by Outkast. The idea was the brainchild of Tim Adams, the Vice President for Student Development and Collegiate Athletics, who said he wanted to create a fun game day atmosphere, and that he did. The students from all majors spending weeks practicing under the direction of Dr. Andrew Goodwin, the Dean of the Alabama School of Arts. That's cool.
I love that they did this. What a moment. Gonna go viral, I have no doubt. I recognize one of those faces in that crowd, another family. But this is so University of Mobile. They are produce some of the best singers I've ever heard, because it's a musical school too. There's so many that can sing and play instruments. So fun. I'd love to be a part of that. Well, still ahead here on Fox News at 4, a Fox 10 safety alert that you need to hear. Hundreds of baby bath seats are being recalled over a potential drowning risk. We'll tell you which ones and what you need to do if you have one. And also, a rage room offers spurned lovers a violent Valentine venting session. And a Musk on farm makes online dating profiles for bovine bachelors and bachelorettes. It's coming up in today's Take a Look at This, if you dare. But first, take a look outside. It is Friday. This is the clear sky that we are seeing over in Orange Beach. A wonderful afternoon. Many parades getting kicked off. We are in deep gras, y'all. That means we are in the thick of Mardi Gras. Well, we have a Fox 10 safety alert for you right now. Hundreds of Cheer Kid baby bath seats from Baby Baby are being recalled for safety-related concerns. The Consumer Product Safety Commission says the seats are in violation of the mandatory standard and can tip over. You're taking a look at them. If they tip over, that causes a potential for drowning. No related injuries have been reported so far. The baby bath seats were sold nationally on Amazon.com last September. Customers are advised to return the seats for your full refund. We've got more information that's available for you at cps.gov.
All right, looking outside right now, we've got a few scattered clouds out there. It's been a nice day, comfortable temperatures. We're in the upper 60s downtown right now, and we still have a little bit of daylight left on a wonderful Friday evening. Here's a look at the situation with the potential of adverse weather this weekend, and I think tomorrow's going to work out okay. If we see rain tomorrow, it's just going to be mainly in the form of isolated showers on our Saturday afternoon. Saturday evening, same thing. Our rain chance on Saturday is only about 20%. It's going to be breezy, but I think most of us will be dry. That changes Saturday night and into Sunday. Sunday morning, we could be looking at a couple of strong to severe thunderstorms in the picture. It looks like it wants to start up around 2 or 3 in the morning, and it should be a fast mover. This initial band will move through very quickly, so even by 8:30, the bulk of the rain over the area, and then by lunchtime it should be edging out of here. Behind it, we may get a little redevelopment around the actual upper low, but at this point doesn't look like a severe scenario for Sunday afternoon. Primarily Sunday morning, the overall severe threat currently is a level 1 marginal risk over the area, meaning that not all the ingredients are there for severe weather, but there's going to be the possibility of 1 or 2 severe cells cells. We'll be keeping you posted on this throughout the weekend. You can check in with meteorologist Hannah Fink this weekend for updates to see if that risk level increases a little as we head into the forecast. Satellite radar picture looks pretty good right now. We do have some scattered clouds across the area, and tracking conditions on our graph futurecast. We are looking at cloud cover through the middle of the day on Saturday. We'll get into Saturday afternoon, and it looks like we're going to have the possibility of 1 or 2 isolated showers out there on Saturday afternoon. This is just a little bit of a different model than the one I showed you earlier to kind of get a second opinion on this. It just shows light showers for the MOT Saturday night, but then the severe weather starting around 3 or 4 a.m. on Sunday morning. That will be moving through very quickly. There it is at 7 a.m. and then by about lunchtime it should be out of here, and this model is not showing any redevelopment behind that first initial wave of showers and storms. If you have plans for Mardi Gras tonight, Crew of Columbus and Crew to Second Line in downtown Mobile, 65 degrees. For Fairhope's Maids of Jubilee Parade this evening, temperatures in the low 60s. Tomorrow will be a fairly warm and windy day with only isolated showers. A lot of day parades tomorrow, especially in Mobile and throughout the area. Mid-70s, Calvert, 73 in Bay Minette, 68 in Pensacola. Most of the focus is on Sunday morning with our rain chances in the extended forecast. And then beyond that into Fat Tuesday, Lundi Gras Monday and Fat Tuesday, we continue to hold with mild temperatures and dry conditions for next week, even through Wednesday, Ash Wednesday, and into Thursday and Friday. So forecast looks good with the exception of Sunday morning. A good chance of storms to start things out on our Joe Kane Day.
All right, Jason, thank you. Bad breakup, lonely Valentine's Day in Atlanta. Rage Room says don't get mad, get destructive. Okay, it's offering spurn lovers and lonely hearts alike a smashing good outlet to vent all that frustration. Jeremy Roth has the story in today's Take a Look at This.
A famously spurned wedding singer once lamented his relationship woes by proclaiming, and while a wedding reception was probably neither the time nor the place to make such a salty stand, this so-called Rage Room in Georgia is the perfect venue to vent your Valentine's Day venom. According to WANF, for 3 years, Total Rage ATL in Powder Springs has provided a safe space for frustrated folks to break free and, more importantly, break stuff. Owner Dion Holmes says he sees all types of customers, whether it's men and women getting over bad breakups, or couples just looking to vent unspoken stress or share a unique, albeit destructive, date. But no matter the clientele looking to turn the page with a little rage, Holmes says business is always a boomin' come Valentine's Day. In Alaska, organizers at a musk ox farm put their heads together and came up with a very unique V-Day idea. They created online dating profiles for several members of their herd, and the results are equal parts amazing and a-grazing. See, it is funny because they are grazing. Okay. KTUU reports amongst the eligible foxy oxen at the musk ox farm in Palmer are Bumblebee, described as an independent lady, and Pixie Sticks, who enjoys a good novel and a warm blanket. The profiles are all in good fun and part of plenty of Valentine's season activities planned at the farm, including an ox kissing booth, which the farm says they are legally obligated to tell you is for looks only. Probably for the best. Something tells me a kiss from a musk ox would be more, musk than ox. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
All right, when we come back, Disney Channel fans rejoice. Hilary Duff making an announcement. We'll talk about it in your entertainment news.
Lexus of Mobile is proud to sponsor the Fox 10 Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The Fox 10 Pledge of Allegiance, sponsored by Lexus of Mobile.
Sir, my name is David G. Maloney. I represent accident victims, and I will still personally return your call.
Hilary Duff is launching her first full-scale headlining world tour in almost 2 decades. And for millennials, for me personally, She was my icon.
I was going to say it's probably you're a fan of the Duffster. Can I call her the Duffster?
Sure.
Okay. I don't know if she has a nickname.
Lizzie McGuire is her alter ego. That was her popular show, and I remember being probably 11, 12, 13 years old watching that and being like, oh my gosh, I love her.
You did?
Yeah, it's a coming of age.
Do you still do?
You know, not too long ago when Disney Plus started, I watched some episodes.
All right. Well, the singer announcing the Lucky Me Tour is kicking off June 22nd. That'll be in West Palm Beach, Florida, not too far from where we are. She's going to be taking the show on the road to 7 countries.
The announcement leads into the release of her new album, Luck or Something, on February 20th. So she hasn't had new music out in years. And obviously...
Would you want to see her?
Yeah, I think it would be fun. I'm not going to say her voice is just the best voice ever, no, but I think it's nostalgic and she is good.
Yeah.
And her acting is really what she's probably better at. Okay. But she's an entertainer nonetheless.
She was in All of Us, right? Was that her? Anyhow,
I'm not sure.
Let's move on. Prime Video released a sneak peek of Spider-Noir. It's with Nicolas Cage. He's been in a number of movies, Leaving Las Vegas, Face Off, and Raising Arizona, to name a few. Face Off was one of my faves. This movie, though, is based off a Marvel comic. The 1930s set story is about a seasoned, down-on-his-luck private investigator in New York who is the city's one and only superhero.
The series premieres May 27th, and in a unique viewing twist, it's available to stream 2 ways, in authentic black and white and true hue full color. That's interesting. You can watch it in black and white. I don't know who's going to do that, though.
You know, it might be fun for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you want to switch back. Nicolas Cage, it's his facial expressions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's got some of...
He's been in a lot of movies.
Okay.
All right, next up, we're going to take a look at those stories that are developing now for your most local news at 5.
And then this.
I think it's a great time of the year to sit back and take stock and then understand your own heart a little better.
Absolutely. Tomorrow is a holiday of hearts. Here's a question. Are you taking care of your own heart? We're going to have some vital information on how to protect your heart health and also talk about the silent risk factors. Stay close.
Toyota Tacoma SR5 for $289 a month for 39 months with $42.88 due at signing.
Toyota, let's go places. Committed to you. This is Fox 10 News.
Welcome back in. The Fox 10 News crews are working right now to bring you breaking news updates and some follow-ups for Fox 10 News at 5. In Baldwin County, an early morning argument ends in gunfire, leaving 1 man dead in Alberta. Police identifying the victim as well as the suspect. More from his bond hearing coming up. And then in Spanish Fort, work is starting on a park project. We're going to tell you the goals of this as well as when you can expect to be able to visit. And in Mobile, it is all about the boom boom. From horse training to parade preps, we've got your carnival covered. All that is coming up in less than 30 minutes on Fox 10.
All right, let's check out the scene right now in downtown Mobile, kind of around I-10, and everything looks pretty good right now, but traffic may be slowing just a little bit. We'll have a full traffic update coming up in about 10 minutes here on Fox 10 News. And currently we're tracking the forecast as well. Temperature is 53 degrees. As we look at it for Pensacola tomorrow morning, it will be a little cool. Then we'll see temperatures getting up into the 60s by the afternoon. So we are looking at that. And then getting into the Mobile area tomorrow, it may be a little bit warmer. We'll be getting up close to 70 tomorrow. We'll have partly cloudy skies. It's going to get breezy in the afternoon. You can see the sustained winds around 10 to 15 miles an hour here in the forecast. Our parade forecast for tomorrow through the day. A lot of parades starting at noon. Floral parade, Knights of Mobile, and should be good for that. It's going to be a little bit breezy. Rain chances are only at about 20%. Not expecting a lot of rain around for the parades, and we may be okay day for the MOTs, the Mystics of Time, at 5:45 as well on Saturday evening. Right now it is 67 degrees with our current temperature. Nice looking day getting going out there right now. Light breeze out of the south. And checking out our potential for rain as we head into the weekend, what we're most concerned with is not so much Saturday. If we get showers on Saturday, they're going to be really light and isolated and brief, and they may be quickly moving as well. It's not out of the question to have some isolated rain, especially in the inland spots Saturday afternoon. But as we get into Saturday night, and mostly we're talking about the early morning hours as we head into Sunday, we could see a round of pretty potent storms here. Right now, we're thinking a marginal risk of severe weather that could be upgraded a little. So we'll keep you posted on that on fox10tv.com and on our Fox 10 weather app, and also on Fox 10 News throughout the weekend. And what we're expecting is some form of a squall line kicking through at about daybreak on Sunday, and the rain may be persistent up until about lunchtime. After that, what we will likely see will just be some scattered showers with 1 or 2 thunderstorms in the afternoon. So breaking down the forecast, rain chance on Saturday, only about 20%. Rain chances do jump up late Saturday night and into early Sunday morning, and that could have some impact on Joe Cain Day. Some of the models are a little slower, but a lot of them are speeding up now. So it looks like mostly a morning emphasis with our rain on Sunday, and we think that the primary issue will be in the morning. Coming up, we'll look at your 7-day forecast, and we should see good weather to start next week as we continue with Lundi Gras and Fat Tuesday.
All right, Jason, thank you. Well, your TikTok feed is about to get real local. TikTok says it's launching a local feed feature for users to opt into.
Okay, the company says it's going to use precise GPS location data to customize localized content related to small businesses, travel, events, restaurants, and shopping. Once user activities are they activate that feature, I should say, it's going to show up in the tab in your home screen.
TikTok notes if the feature is set to off, it will not collect your GPS location. TikTok says local feeds will not be available to minors.
So we're going to have to go in and turn it off.
Yeah.
It's automatically on.
So it sounds like.
I don't like that.
I don't either. I like TikTok because it gives you a broad array of people from all over.
All these changes.
Right. All right, well, Wendy's says it plans to close at least 5% of its restaurants over the next few months, and the closures are part of a previously announced turnaround plan. In November, the fast food chain said it would shutter hundreds of restaurants. According to the company's earnings, Wendy's had nearly 6,000 U.S. locations at the end of last year. The company has not announced a list of affected stores.
Well, even a small amount of daily movement, it can have a huge impact on your health.
Yeah, researchers looked at what happens when people move just a little more every day. Data was analyzed from studies that followed tens of thousands of people in the U.S., Norway, Sweden, and the UK.
The research found adding just 5 minutes of moderate to vigorous activity a day could prevent up to 10% of all deaths across the population. Reducing how much time you spend sitting every day by 30 minutes was also shown to prevent up to about 7% of deaths for some.
The findings reinforce other research that makes a strong link between physical activity and a longer life. Well, here is your reminder to remain out of the doghouse.
Valentine's Day is tomorrow, and people are expected to spend a record $29.1 billion.
Wild.
That's all according to the National Retail Federation survey.
Candy still remains the most popular gift, but this holiday doctors are hoping you also give your health a present.
I like that. In your Health Minute, Mandy Gaither explains how to show your heart some love this Valentine's Day.
It's a holiday filled with hearts, so what better time to show this vital fist-sized organ some extra love?
Heart disease remains the #1 killer of Americans.
Dr. Ashish Shiraju with Cleveland Clinic says the U.S. has come a long way in lowering the number of deaths due to cardiovascular disease, but the latest data from the American Heart Association shows nearly 916,000 Americans died from it in 2023, and the organization says up to 80% of heart disease is preventable.
There needs to be a continued focus on preventing risk factors for heart disease and preventing adverse outcomes if you do already have heart disease.
Suraju says a majority of patients are unaware they have one or more risk factors for heart disease. Those include being a smoker, obesity, diabetes, living a sedentary life, or having high blood pressure and high cholesterol. You won't know those levels if you're not getting routinely checked.
These risk factors tend to be silent for the vast majority of the time.
Suraju says the first way to love your heart is knowing what factors increase risk of disease and which ones impact you. Then he says get control of those risk factors, eat a healthy diet, exercise, reduce stress, improve sleep quality and quantity, get routine checkups on blood glucose levels, cholesterol, and blood pressure, and know your family medical history.
I think it's a great time of the year to sit back and take stock and then understand your own heart a little better.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
When we come back, thousands of students in Robertsdale showing their big hearts for a good cause. Find out how a lot, and I mean a lot, of hugs are making a difference to children across our community.
All right, let's track conditions across the area as we head into the weekend. We're going to start out with your Friday evening and then walk you through the high-res futurecast here and taking a look at what's going on Saturday. Doesn't look like a lot of rain around the area on Saturday, but you can see what's underneath here. It looks like little streaks here. That's actually wind, so it is going to be breezy. The streamline's definitely showing a stronger wind situation for Saturday afternoon. We're going to have comfortable temperatures, and the rain chance is only at about 20% on Saturday afternoon. Into Saturday evening for the MOTs, again, if we see rain, it looks like it's going to be isolated. I think that the majority of the rain may hold off here, but the forecast for late Saturday night and Sunday, that's when things start to get more active. That's 10 p.m. Saturday evening there. And then Sunday morning, starting around 3 to 4 a.m., we should be experiencing a squall line moving through with a few isolated cells out ahead of it. This could be some pretty active weather, possibly even a couple of severe thunderstorms. This is a springtime system that's coming through, and it looks like it's going to take most of the morning to get through the area. By about 10 a.m., it should be past us, and we could see a little redevelopment Sunday afternoon, but this particular model is not showing that at all. The overall severe risk, with 5 being the highest, 1 being the lowest, currently, the risk is marginal for our area on Sunday for severe weather. We'll keep watching it over the weekend and updating you on the Fox 10 weather app and on fox10tv.com and also on Fox 10 News with meteorologist Hannah Fink. And here's the forecast as we get into Saturday and Sunday. Our clouds will be around. We'll start out with your Friday evening Mardi Gras parade forecast. Crew of Columbus and crew to second line tonight, 65 degrees and mostly clear. Should be good for tonight in Fairhope too, 63 for the Maids of Jubilee. Tomorrow's temperatures, a lot of parades during the day tomorrow, and it will be warmer the further north you go. It's going to be a little cooler near the coast because of the chilly water temperatures, but 73 in Mobile, 69 in Gulf Shores, 74 in Bruton. And it seems like it was a long time ago that it was cold here, but we did have some cold weather in January. Now things are looking a whole lot better. Looking good Saturday, isolated showers, big chance of storms in the morning on Sunday. Hopefully most of that will be over with by the time we get into the Joe Cain Mardi Gras parade on Sunday. Monday and Tuesday, I don't see any problems through Fat Tuesday with the forecast. Both Monday and Tuesday look like great weather days, and it should get warmer the back half of the week next week from Ash Wednesday through Friday with highs in the mid to upper 70s. Lenise?
All right, Jason, thank you. 70 degrees, that's not bad.
Not bad at all. We need it.
Yes.
For all the festivities.
Including this one. Some people think Valentine's Day is a cheesy holiday. It's your opinion.
Yeah, right. New research has found 64% of Americans say they would rather receive cheese than roses on this special day. The study was conducted by Wakefield Research for Wisconsin Cheese.
The company took the research to heart. Pardon the pun. They've included the Wedges of Love, Bouquet of Cheese box, a floral-inspired arrangement of 9 artesian Wisconsin cheeses styled to look just like a bouquet of flowers.
I mean, I do like cheese, but I also like flowers. I think I'll take the flowers over the cheese.
I'll take both.
Oh, hey, heck yeah. I would actually take both over chocolate now. I do love chocolate, but I like cheese.
Okay.
Better than
I'll take all three.
Okay, add that to the list. Well, Valentine's Day is tomorrow. In the meantime, happy Galentine's Day. This pseudo holiday, you've heard of it, celebrated February 13th, comes from an episode of Parks and Recreation.
Yeah, since then, it's been embraced by all the single ladies out there. A typical Galentine's Day includes brunch with your girls and some beverages.
But it can also be celebrated alone, doing things that make you happy. And so the question is, how would you, Lanice, celebrate Galentine's Day?
Oh, so every year, my mother started this tradition. You know, I would be her Valentine.
Oh.
She would give me Valentines and whatnot, and I'm going to do the same with my daughter. So that'll be our Galentines. Get some mani and petties, and there you go.
That sounds like a perfect day.
Yeah. All right, this is a sweet story, Shelby. I know you've seen this. Robertsdale Elementary School filled with hugs and for a good cause.
Yeah, over 1,000 students participated in the 5th annual Hug Day, a fundraiser dedicated to helping the Baldwin County Child Advocacy Center.
Our Stephen Moody is showing you how the students are spreading love and supporting children in need.
You didn't need to go far to see a hug or a high five here at Robertsdale Elementary School. Over 1,000 students lined up to make their donations and to get candy, all for a great cause that helped the Baldwin County Child Advocacy Center.
Bringing joy to these children and supporting our community. And that's what we're doing. All the children here and the staff and our visitors are donating money for the Baldwin County Child Advocacy Center. And all the money goes to Care House to help, provide services for these students in the community.
And the theme of the day was Disney, with teachers and students dressing up as their favorite characters. Stitch and Olaf joined the party, and even Vader gave out a few hugs, and students were excited to help out.
It's a really fun day to celebrate. We get to see all the kids donating and how happy they are to be helping out.
All to teach these students that they can help out and have fun at the same time.
Children are the future. We are here to protect the children. As adults, we need to make sure children are protected and taken care of. And I hope that we can put more emphasis on Care House and more organizations that serve our children that are in need.
Stephen Moody, Fox 10 News.
I don't know where I would be right now. Thank you so much. I'm sorry.
This Valentine's Day, a photographer is playing Cupid with a twist, blindfolding two people who've never met.
I have seen this. Ooh. She then snaps the moment the blindfolds come off. Jody Kurzman takes us inside what the photographer in North Dakota calls stranger sessions.
You guys are gonna hold hands.
This is the first time
There we go.
Brianna Hauk
It's all good.
and Evan Izzy have met. Photos capture the unforgettable moment. They both signed up for one of Brooklyn Earhart's stranger sessions.
They fill out this form and I take what everybody explains about themselves and what they look for in another person, kind of match them up that way.
Act like you've known each other for more than 5 minutes.
Both Evan and Brianna admit they were a little nervous.
Perfect.
To take the blindfolds off.
I didn't know what they looked like. I didn't know what was going to happen or what I was walking into, really.
Yeah, just a touch nervous, but it's a fun experience. It's pretty cool.
Oh.
Brooklyn says she's got some butterflies too.
Perfect.
This is her first time playing Cupid.
Perfect. This is all new for me.
For Brooklyn, it challenges her photography skills and it helps her meet new people.
Just the smiles, the fun that comes out of it. I mean, whether or not you go on a date afterwards, or maybe this is just a new friend. I mean, it's so fun to interact with people. Right, and then both look at me.
Brooklyn has photographed 5 couples so far. 3 of those 5 have gone on dates after their stranger session. Brooklyn says she doesn't have any expectations, but she says she is invested in every couple's story.
This does turn into something, I'm here for engagement photos or wedding photos or whatever.
That's a love story Brooklyn says would be nothing short of Picture Perfect. In Mandan, I'm Jody Kurzman, reporting for your news leader.
With you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to the Mission.